Yusuf Estes, and I'm looking for something. Actually, I'm looking for someone. Is that someone you? I want Dawah partners, and you can be my Dawah partner right now. It's real easy. Just go to dawahpartners.com, sign up, and join me. There are 3 things that I would like for you to be able to do. Any one of them or all of them. Beautiful. Number 1, you will make dua. So you can be our Dawah partner, even if you don't go to the website, but I hope you do. Number 2, share. Share this message and let other people know about becoming Dawah partners. And number 3, help us financially. Donate on a monthly basis, even if it's small. Allah loves the thing that you do regularly, even if it's small, more than the thing that you do that's really big, but you only do it once. Join me as a Dawah partner. Do it now. Click, 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 click.
TV, first Islam channel in U.S.
Thanks to all of you for watching, sharing, and spending your time with us on Guide Us TV. And remember, tell everyone, stay guided with Guide Us TV.
Stay guided with Guide Us TV.
The wise old owl says we all need guidance in our life. So remember, get guided with Guide Us TV.
A way of life, a way of life, a way of life, a way of life. Islam is a way of life, a complete way.
And we're live with Talk About It, coming from you with, I sound great tonight. Coming to you almost live from our studios in Southern California. We are not having Sisters Night tonight, and that's because we have an entire conglomeration of converts. So we decided to do Converts Night tonight. And to introduce everybody, we've got Sheikh Yusuf Estes.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Yeah, let's get started with that. Sister, thank you for opening up for us. And yes, it is a little different tonight. You know, usually on our Wednesday nights we have Sisters Night, but tonight we're going
Thursday night.
Huh?
Thursday night.
Thursday?
Today is Thursday.
Yep.
Did I lose a day?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me back up. Okay, I should read the script. Okay, it says, welcome to Guide Us TV. No, anyway. We never have a script. What am I talking about? I wouldn't know what a script looked like. This looks like a script. Here we go. Yeah, this kind of looks like a script. I can read this. All right, so are we live?
We're live.
All right. Sister Kim said we are live. All right. Our guest tonight, before we introduce the guest, I would like to tell you that what is a convert to Islam is nothing more than what we say a revert. And the reason because, well, I'll let the brothers tell you about this, but we really are reverts to Islam. That means we left something and came back to it. All right. And to find out more about that, we're going to introduce our guest with us tonight. And let's start with Richard. Now, Richard Kiefer is a former Baptist minister, having spent over 43 years in that capacity. Then, when he started really asking Almighty God to guide him, guess what? He got guided. And not necessarily with Guide Us TV, but that's a good way too. Anyway, Richard, Salam alaikum.
Alaikum. Salam alaikum.
Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How you doing, man?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Getting my legs back.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't.
back at.
I didn't know you
teaching
even
school.
lost them.
I did. I lost them over 2 years of sitting around and not working. Now I'm back to school teaching and slowly getting some muscles from walking the halls and the classrooms and feeling good. Actually, it feels very good to do that. But the
All
first
right.
day was torture, but we're making progress.
Okay, but you said something about your legs. What's going on with
But
that?
just the idea of walking. I had the first day I went back to school, walking those halls. It just like it
Oh.
hurt, and
Okay,
so the muscles were just screaming
so
at
you're
me.
still an educator.
I made attempts at it.
All right. Okay.
I like education.
Let me go to my next guest. Now I want to introduce James LeBlanc, and this is another revert or convert to Islam. And let me bring him out. And I should tell you that his chosen name is Habib, which means a loved one. Let's bring him out here if I can. Yeah, here we go. Assalamu alaikum. How are you tonight?
Alaikum assalam. I am doing pretty good. Just had a little bit of a cold this week, so I'm just being
where's my
mindful of
mask?
this.
Where's my mask? If he's got a cold, I don't know. You're in Canada. I'm in California. I don't think it's going to come through the right.
I don't think so. Considering you're on the other side of the country as well. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you still have to wear one.
Well, okay. I don't want to take any chances, though. Let me just.
Yeah, I agree. There's some things in life you can share, and there's some things you just don't share.
There you go.
This is one of them.
Yeah. Is that kind of like that old thing that they used to tell us? You can pick a guitar, you can pick your nose. You can pick your friends, but don't pick your friend's nose.
Exactly. Unless you got some pretty weird friends.
All right. Okay. And of course, everybody knows Sister Kim, but I'll bring her out just for a second. Sister Kim has been with us for a long time, and she actually made Shahada with us. She drove all the way from South Dakota to Minnesota while we were doing a program, and she got there in the peanut gallery along with the other sisters, and she, for whatever reason, decided to accept Islam, and we got to give her Shahada. Sister Kim, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, well, the one thing that people find very surprising about me taking my Shahada is when they find out that I was a pagan for 15 years. And I don't mean just a, non-believer in Allah. I mean, I worshiped various gods and goddesses and did spells and rituals for 15 years before I came to Islam.
And I have one thing to say to you. Na'udhu billah. Woo. All right. And now our featured guest for tonight is a brand new guest with us. Not brand new to me by any stretch of the imagination, but a lovely brother. He's he's real close to you, Richard. He's your neighbor, actually.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, he's in Michigan as well. So I forgot to mention you're in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I forgot to mention that Brother Habib is up in the very extreme northeast of Canada. Sister Kim is in Arizona, and I'm over here in California. So, let's bring out our brother now. Brother, his name is Omar, just like the famous Omar in Islam. And let's Give him the greeting. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me clearly? Do I need to get closer?
Oh, you're doing fine. That you are doing just great. MashaAllah. Brother Omar, you and I spoke on the phone today for well over an hour. And we just had a great time. I just wanted to invite you to be with us tonight and help us discuss something about folks being reverts. Can you tell us why do we say we call ourselves reverts?
So I like to say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. I don't know how much time we have tonight, but I'm not long-winded, but this story is an extensive story, and I hope it won't take as long as we talk today, but the importance for me of being a revert is the only time I prayed for guidance is when I was stuck between Johnny Walker Red, starting out at age 13, drinking wine and graduating to alcohol, bourbon, scotch, and the whole 9 yards, and then going over the toilet and trying to relieve myself of all of the pain that I was suffering from the alcohol that your body was actually rejecting, telling you, the signals come up and tell you that this is not what you need to be doing. So, as a youngster, I started out in a very fast lane in New York. And at age, I believe 16 or 17, I was in the 10th grade in high school, and I first heard the message of Islam. And because of the peer pressure and the things that I was doing at the time, I heard the message, and the message was like a seed that just wouldn't go away. So as I fought the peer pressure and I fought, the controversy of what Islam was saying at the time, at that early stage of life, I kind of kept going with the seed inside of me from the 10th grade until I reached law school, John Jay College of Criminal Justice in New York City. My second year, I came into Islam, and really the rest is history from that point. But I know for sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no matter what state or condition or situation you're in, Allah hears prayers and He answers prayers. And, my prayers at the time that I was caught between, the alcohol, drugs, the fast lane, the fast life, was to give me guidance, to take me away from the lifestyle that I was living, because there's an old saying that I've heard that if the drugs don't kill you, the lifestyle will. And I knew the course I was on, that's where I was headed. I was headed down a very dark path, and the end results probably would have been death, because when you're not in your right mind and you're doing things that are destroying your mind, destroying your body, tragic things happen to you along the way. So I was fortunate that no tragedy had happened, but the experience of what I was doing to myself gave me a sense of hope that I heard something and it was a seed, and the seed was growing continuously throughout my journey of becoming a Muslim.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah. What I actually was at, but I'm glad we got this story from you. I really am, because this is really pleasing. What I was asking is why we say the word revert instead of convert.
Well, what you said earlier in the introduction, I believe, before we went live, is that we're not really reverts. When I heard the message of Islam, we was told that everything is Muslim. So in reality, we were already Muslim, but we were disconnected from Islam. So the word revert doesn't really qualify for what we were created to be.
Okay.
And we hear the saying that everything that Allah created is a Muslim, because we know a Muslim is one who submits to the will of God and is a peacemaker. So we look at everything in creation, and we look at everything that surrounds us. I mean, when I look at the trees blowing, I look at the change of the seasons, I see things submitting to the order that it was created in, and I see peace.
All right. That is beautiful. That's really beautiful. And I think that it's time for us to switch over now to Richard Kiefer. Salam alaikum rahmatullah.
Alaikum salam. So where's our brother Omar located in Michigan?
I don't, you know what? I'll let him tell you. Here he is.
What was the question?
He wants to know where you are, because he's in Ann Arbor.
Really? I thought you said he was somewhere in Canada.
No, brother James is in Canada.
Oh, well, I'm like 5 minutes from the University of Michigan Hospital, and about 15 minutes from the university campus.
Okay. Yeah, so am I. I can be in the big house in 10 minutes.
Well, when I seen your face, it seems like we might have brushed shoulders somewhere when I first seen you. The mind is like a computer, it never forgets anything. And
I pray Juma and prayers at MCWS a lot in Canton.
Okay, no, I made Juma at the Islamic Center right across the street from the campus, MCA, Muslim Community Association.
Oh, an MCA, yes.
Yeah, and then I travel around and make Juma at State University and different places. I haven't been in Canton in a while.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
And we got to pass somewhere.
Yeah. Richard, we need you to, if you don't mind, we need you to tell us something about why do we Muslims as converts, why do we occasionally use this term revert? Where is that from?
Well, from my understanding, it's a concept that we're all born Muslim. And so we kind of go our various paths. Those that are born in Muslim families develop as growing Muslims. And like myself, I was in a kind of a non-church home, but eventually kind of found myself into a Methodist church, and then around age 12 became a Christian in the typical sense of things, and then ended up as a Baptist. And then a whole lot of years later, reverted back to my original state as a Muslim here about 3 years ago.
All right. James, I'm going to ask you the same question. Why do some Muslims like to use the word revert?
I'm sort of piggybacking on the other brother, and when you look at this, you can say it's the reconnection to Allah.
I like that. I like that a lot. Reconnection. So we were all connected by the time that we were born. We were connected. I never thought about it like this, but yes, a reconnect. And you know why that fits so well is because the word salah doesn't mean prayer. The word salah means a connection. So that's our connection with Allah. SubhanAllah, I've never put this together like this before. Yeah, but
well, this is what the other brother was saying. So I got this from him. This is not for me. This comes from the other brother. I'm just wording it a little bit.
From Brother Omar, right?
Yeah, Brother Omar.
Yeah, Omar, you did an amazing thing. This is, by the way, this is what Talk About It is really about, because when you talk about things related to Islam, of course, you talk about the Quran, you talk about the Arabic language, you talk about the seerah or the biography of the Prophet ﷺ, and you share that with other people. And you'll be surprised, even a non-Muslim, whenever they start talking, you get them to open up, you find out these wonderful things, and you glean that, and whatever somebody says that's true, I don't care who it is, if he said a truth, it's the truth. And if somebody lies, it doesn't matter if he's the best Muslim in the world, but if you're telling something that's not true, it's still not true. So, yeah, that's why we like to talk about it. So, guys, if you'd like to call in right now, you can do so. The phone line is always open, 1-800-971-4383. 1-800-971-4383. Call in, let's talk about it. Come on. And sister, I don't want to leave you out of this. Our former pagan worshiper of the whatever. Sister, talk to me.
Well, I always get the two words confused. Fitra and fitna.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, fitra and fitna. It's kind of like the opposite thing, the natural inclination versus the chaos and all the, yeah, I like that. Go ahead, sister. Come on, bring it on.
So whichever one is the correct one, we are born with the fitna or the fitra, and it's our parents that make us, whether we become Christian or Jewish or anything like that. We're raised into a religion.
Yeah.
And so, when a person later on in life becomes a Muslim, that's why they say they revert, because we're born in the mindset of being a Muslim and that there is one God and only one God to worship. And it's our upbringing that changes that.
Yeah, I've already learned a lot tonight just for listening to you, brothers and sisters, talking to me and sharing with us. And I feel like I gained something tonight, really, really big, and especially that idea of a reconnect. I like that. That is really special. But do you know that Omar did something tonight that we used to do regularly, and we kind of got away from that, but he come centerfold right back on the target. And he said, before I do, I'm going to say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And we have not been, I'm blaming myself, I have not been doing that. And for the last several broadcasts, I didn't even mention, and actually the doctors on Mondays and Tuesdays are always reminding me about Bismillah and so on. So, yeah. This is not just a gab fest, This is something we're doing for Allah. I should do that, and I blame myself for getting away from that. So yeah, let me do that right now. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an Muhammadin abduhu wa rasul. And then after that, I'm going to ask Allah to forgive me. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. That means Allah forgive me. And that's a great chance for us to take a little short break right now, guys. And it's a short break, so don't anybody go away. Stay tuned and stay guided with
Guide Us TV.
Yeah.
Guide Us TV, first Islam channel in U.S.
Thanks to all of you for watching, sharing, and spending your time with us on Guide Us TV. And remember, tell everyone, stay guided with Guide Us TV.
Stay guided with Guide Us TV. Guide Us TV.
Okay, and we are back, mashallah. And Sister Kim had to take away from us right now, so we still got Brother James with us. Brother James, salam alaikum. And
Alaikum assalam.
yeah, you're up in northeast part of the extreme part. Tell everybody where you are.
Well, actually, it's not the extreme east, because if I was in the extreme east, I would be in Newfoundland. And that's a totally different province. That's basically called the Rock, and that's in the Atlantic Ocean. I'm in the province of New Brunswick, which is just east of the state of Maine.
Oh, I've been to New Brunswick before. I have visited there, and just as a
Oh,
tourist.
mashallah.
Just as a tourist. But before you were born, I was 1962 or something like that.
No, I would have been 5 years old then.
I was there on a honeymoon.
So you said 62, I would have been 4 years old.
Okay. Yeah. Don't pick on me, man.
Hey, you're only 17 years older than me.
How is that?
I'm 63.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. No, I'm counting my age from when I accepted Islam, because you get to set the speedometer back, remember? Because you're just like you just came from your mother, right? So, hey, I'm only 30 years old.
Works for me.
Okay, so now you're 25 years older than me.
All right. I heard a comment there. Let me bring Richard. You said that works for me. What do you mean
Absolutely.
by
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm 3 years old.
You're 3 years old and I'm 30. I'm 10 times older than you. I don't like that.
There is a comment that some of the brothers make to me, and I always find this an interesting comment. And this is about conversion.
Okay.
And they point out, oh, you're a better Muslim than us because, we were Muslim all our lives and you converted to Islam and Allah has called you to Islam. And normally I look at them and I politely say, really, we are equal. And I point out why I say this, because to me, I don't want to feel that I'm better than someone else, because this was the fault of Shaitan, and I don't want to fall into this trap. So, and so one brother was saying, it's good that we have people like you that are converted to Islam. And I said, if we didn't have people like you, like Muslims like you, I wouldn't be able to convert to Islam.
Oh, yeah. I remember the one who gave me Shahada. He was saying stuff like that. And I was thinking, I didn't say it to him, but I was thinking exactly that. If he hadn't been a good Muslim enough to tell me, share with me, I wouldn't have been a Muslim. I was trying to convert him to become a Christian.
Exactly.
Yeah, mashallah. Okay, let's bring Brother Omar. This is his first time to be with us, and I think we need to bring him back on. Brother Omar, assalamu alaikum. How you feeling?
Salam.
Are you having fun yet?
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying every minute of it. Amongst, you said something earlier. You asked Allah to forgive you for not doing something that you should have been doing. But the beauty of Islam is that they say, if your brother is doing wrong, help him. So the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made that statement, and the Sahabas were confused. They didn't understand what he was saying. And he was saying, if he's doing something wrong, help him to do what's right. So we as a brotherhood, which is a sacred brotherhood and sisterhood, we are reflections of one another. So it's our obligation to pull our brothers or sisters' coat and to let them see if there's something that may be missing or something that needed to be added to. we just remind each other. This is the beauty of the song. We remind each other. We're reminders for each other.
MashaAllah. Yeah, I like that. That's a good reminder in itself to tell us, because we all forget, and that it's great to have somebody to remind you and to bring back the focus of what we're supposed to be doing. You know what? Adhkar or dhikr or remembrance of Allah is a real big thing in Islam. And a lot of times it's treated like somebody once said to me, "Oh, that's just a sunnah." And I was thinking, I don't really agree with that, because it's not just a sunnah to remember Allah and all that you do. I feel like that's an embodiment of what Islam is really all about. How can you be a Muslim and you're not thinking about Allah? It doesn't make... maybe I'm wrong, though. What would you say to somebody like that if they said it's just a sunnah?
Well, I don't claim to be a scholar or a sheikh or imam. I'm just a brother that loves dawah, and I wouldn't know what to say to that, because maybe somebody more qualified can give a better qualified answer. I just know that my years in Islam, hearing Islam in 1968, coming into Islam in 1972, is that I have enjoyed the brotherhood of Islam. I have seen that Islam has changed my life 360 degrees. So, we're human beings, we have shortcomings, we have faults. And, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that he loves the one who always repents, if you create sins as high as the sky, high as the clouds, he forgives again and again, and he loves those who repent.
Well, you know what? There is something that's going on right now that is kind of interesting to me. And this is something, talking about remembering Allah and all that you do. We're doing a live broadcast right now. Now, what we're doing, we are hoping Allah will accept it, right?
Yeah.
And along the way, there are things that we're doing that some people are considering absolutely forbidden in Islam, because there's something about pictures, images, and that was a topic that I was going to bring up for tonight anyway, because we had just posted something up there. Let me see if I can show it to the people. Yeah, here we go. It says, pictures in Islam, halal or haram. Now, these images that are displayed here are something that I just typed in Islam and images in Google, and this is what came up. This is a part of what came up, and I just put it up there. All right. But the question is answered by scholars. And I'm going to bore you a little bit, guys, here. So sit back and, just relax, because I am going to bore you a little bit, but I'm going to tell you what we have from our scholars. All right. And it says that Sheikh bin Uthaymeen, rahimahullah, explained that pictures contain a videotape and are stored in form electromagnetic waves. I don't know where he got that from, because let me just tell you this. What you're watching right now is a series of photographs. There are 29 point something every second that you're watching this thing. But now, if you get what's called the 4K, then it's like hundreds and hundreds in a second that are going by, and you can really slow it down. Anyway, the idea is these really are photographs, and I can prove that. Anybody who wants to know, we can stop a video any point. Now, I'm not talking about tape. I'm talking about just in editing the electromagnetic thing Sheikh is talking about, and it is an actual picture. And when I go like this with my hand, then you'll have if it takes me a second to do that, then you'll have 31 different pictures of me moving my hand a little bit like that. So I don't know where that's going, but let's go back to it and see what he said. Now, he said these images are of two types. Well, so let me finish that. He said, so these are regarded as permissible by scholars who regard photographs as haram. All right? Then he said, images made by modern methods are of two types. Those that are stored in a way that does not have any tangible or visible form. And again, I have to tell you, there is a tangible form because these are stored on a physical disk that you can take out and put into another computer, just like you can pull a disk out of something. These are micro disc, a little small, but it doesn't matter. It's a physical thing. So I'm not sure that the scholars really understand how this all works. But anyway, I wanted to show this because this is a topic that we really need to know about. And then he said that, as mentioned, in these cases, the image such or visible, such as videotapes. There's no ruling on these at all, and they do not come under any prohibition at all. And again, I have to tell you that the tape is physical, and it has those pictures on the tape. We don't use those anymore, because this is an old fatwa, probably 15 years ago or something like that. I'm judging by the style of the way it's written. Anyway, so it says, so scholars only forbid photographs printed on paper, but TV and videos are regarded as halal. There's nothing wrong with them. So in a way, that makes me feel better, but it doesn't make me feel like that they really know the essence of what we're talking about. Then it goes on to say it is permissible to film the lecture. Oh, wait a minute, that's another question. Yeah. Let me highlight that so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is right here. It said, is it permissible to film the lectures that are given in the mosques, in the masajid? All right, that's a good question. And then the answer comes right underneath that. The answer is, it should not be done for a different reason. It disturbs the ones who are trying to worship Allah, and there is no benefit. Again, I don't know where they're coming up with that, because there is a huge benefit whenever we go in to record, and maybe he's just talking about people using up their phones. But this is, again, I want to emphasize something that we've been talking about a lot of times, guys. Whenever you see a fatwa, it is given to a specific person, and it is given in a specific condition. So don't take fatwas as all-encompassing and the final answer for anything. This is important. If you have a specific answer you want, then you clarify all of that information to the scholar and then let them go through and search for the right answer for you. Because a fatwa is not the same thing as the Sharia. The Sharia provides us a source to derive the fatwa. However, we do not stand by something we say as a general thing, especially when it will contradict something that can be brought out further by scholars, especially when they're talking about a general idea. All right? So that is what we had to say about the pictures, halal or haram in Islam. In Islam. So that was a question everybody was talking about today on our Facebook account, and I hope we answered your question. In other words, Allahu Alam. Allahu Alam. Allah knows best. I'm just here to help us get through this one day at a time. And let's now go back to our special guest, Omar. Assalamu alaikum, Omar. Maybe you have a better way to explain than me. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to divert to something else if you don't mind.
I don't mind a bit. Go ahead and divert away.
Okay, this is what I'm more, let's say, agile to and knowledgeable about. This is a book giving instructions in the experience of close to 50 years of giving dawah across the United States, every major city, California, Minneapolis, Minnesota, New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, Houston, Texas, Miami, all the major cities in America.
Don't forget the other countries.
Yes, also across Canada, Mexico, and now with this Dawah book, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has enabled us to go into Australia, the UK, and London, and some other countries that are on board also. And we're promoting this book to help see some of the legacy.
If you don't mind, pull the book backward a little bit. You're real close. We can't even see your whole head. Ah, there. Now hold it up a little higher. A little. There. Right there.
So,
Dawah, the lost art of the call of Islam. And by the way, this is not Omar's book. He and I both are promoting this book for our teacher, our big teacher of Dawah, which is none other than Imam Khalid Amin. And he is the father of Harun Amin, that you've seen him so many times on Guidance TV. And he has excellent kids, and they really... Anyway, go ahead. Talk about the book.
you could find the book up on Amazon, on Kindle. You know, you just plug in the title, and the book will come up. It's in paperback. It's also in hardcover. And what we're trying to do is leave a legacy of the struggle of fighting through all sorts of tribulations, trials, tests over the years of giving dawah and inviting humanity to truth. And we've shared many experiences over the years, and now we've compilated most of that in a book form, and we just want to promote this throughout the world so that others who want to enter this field or this arena in giving dawah, they will get what is called 100 points, 100 light points of dawah. And we just wanted to share that with everyone.
And one of the things that new people, the converts to Islam, all of us, we are responsible. We really are responsible. Whether male or female, we are responsible to get a message out to those that we love and care about. And maybe even if you don't love them or care about them, you still have a responsibility to share this message of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. And this book can answer the questions: how should I approach some of my family members? How should I approach the people that I work with every day? My boss, for instance, or the people that I'm around if I'm in an education system or somewhere. And how can I talk to the principals? How can I talk to the teachers? Because this is a tricky thing. You can lose your job. You can be kicked out of the university for bringing up stuff that is quote unquote controversial. And I really would like for you to examine the book. But I will tell you this: if anybody reads this book and they really go through it, and then you say, well, it wasn't worth the money, I want you to notify me right away, and I will arrange to get you a full, entire refund, and I'll give the book to somebody else that'll appreciate it. I'm serious about this. This book, if you don't mind to hold it up again, and I want to encourage you to back away from your camera. Yeah, because when you get up close, it's too, there you go. The Dawah, the Lost Art of the Call of Islam. This book by Khalid Amin is really one that I would endorse. And people have asked me to write a book about stuff like this, and I've published it so many times online, but if you want it in book form, this is the way to get it. This is the way. And you've got a manual right there that you can open up to page so-and-so and mark it and put your little tags in the books if you do stuff like that. Me, I'm putting tags in my mind and on my computer because that's the way I operate. But if you want books, this is the way to go to understand the real Dawa. And it is a lost art, almost in many cases out there, gone. It's gone. Because I've seen born Muslims who cannot even do the first step of the Dawah. And so this is a good way to get started. I'm not saying it's got everything you need, but I am saying that if you will just open your mind and open your heart, ask Allah, and then get the book, read it, and keep asking Allah, guide you, guide you, guide you. It's a very good piece of equipment. And it's, some people might call it a weapon. I don't say that, but I think it's a very good piece of very important equipment that you need to have to do a better job. Just like a doctor has equipment that they have to work with. Maybe they could do without it, but this is a good way. And I'll give it back over to you, Omar. Say some closing remarks about that.
Yeah, I just want to share something with everyone that touched me one day, and it made me react in a way that you just never know what people are going through. I worked with a lady at FedEx, and she would come in every day with a high spirit. I mean, she would come in and she'd be ready, willing to go, and you know, she had she was a delivery person, and maybe she took out 100 packages a day. And you know, with FedEx, you have to deliver things at a certain period of time. You can't be late. You know, so many things that you gotta comply with. But long story short, she come in every day, just tremendous, sweet spirit, soul person. And one day she confided in me that she had cancer on her breast, she had cancer on her brain, and she was struggling taking these injections 2 or 3 times a week that cost like 100 or so every shot. And when I heard this story, I just couldn't believe that a person can come in to work every day, and if she never confided in you, you would never know she was going through this. So we became very close, and I decided one day, because some things were happening where she was falling behind financially because of these shots that she was taking every day or every week, 3 times a week at a certain cost. And she was falling behind on her rent, falling behind on her gas bill, and so many other things going through her life. So I decided one day that I would go to each individual employee, which is about 35 or 40 people, and I would ask to give a donation for this person to help her along the road. So everybody gave a donation. I gave a donation that was larger than what the whole 30 people gave, and you know, that's not important. That's just something that Allah put in my heart. But here's the point I'm trying to get to. One day, we had a mass meeting, and I got an award and a proclamation from the manager of the station that I was at. And they told me when they gave me this proclamation that nothing was never written extensively from the manager who gave me the proclamation along with some cash benefits. And the thing that I'm trying to get to, what I'm trying to highlight, is that we never know who's listening, we never know who's watching. And everything they wrote in this proclamation, I had no idea that they was aware of it, because at the same time that she was going through what she was going through, they had this crisis in Puerto Rico. and I raised some money. I think it was Hurricane Maria. I raised some funds and I went down to Puerto Rico and I helped some families out because they was devastated. But they had all of this inside this proclamation. I had no clue that they would present this. That I thought it was just something that, I really didn't want no recognition. I really didn't want it. But the point is, all eyes and all ears are always listening. So as Muslims, it's a heavy burden for us to stand on what we say we believe and to cherish what we believe and to give the best of what we have to all creation.
I think that was a great way for us to sum that up. And we're going to take this second break right now, guys. So everybody stay tuned and stay guided with
Guidus TV.
Guidus TV.
There you go. We'll be right back.
Guidus TV, first Islam channel in U.S.
Thanks to all of you for watching, sharing, and spending your time with us on Guidus TV. And remember, tell everyone, stay guided with Guidus TV.
Stay guided with Guidus TV. Guidus.
All right, and we are back. Yay! MashaAllah, alhamdulillah. And I want to say what Omar reminded me. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh, yeah. Makes me feel good every time I think about Allah. The one who created us, the one who gives us life, the one who gives us death, the one who feeds us every day, and the one who gives us oxygen to breathe in. You can't find it on any other planet. Hey. Not that I was thinking about going to other planets, but anyway, I want to kick this around with Richard right now. Richard, I want to ask you a question. Are you ready?
I'm ready to go.
All right. When you came to Islam, did you at any time think in your heart, in your mind, and your heart of hearts, did you ever feel or think, God, guide me? Did it ever occur?
Before I came to Islam, after retiring from the Christian ministry, I deconverted over the course of 2 years and really fell into a state of agnosticism. And one day, prior to even meeting a Muslim and finding out a little bit about Islam, I was driving and I just looked up into the sky and just said, God, if you're there, I'm at a point where I don't know whether you are or you're not. I just don't know if you can know. And I said, if you could make something very, very tangible and that you would guide me to that. And that was my prayer. And shortly thereafter, all the pieces of communication fell in line so that the message of Islam came my way.
MashaAllah. That's it. Wow. MashaAllah. That my children, they know the Arabic better than I do. And they're always telling me, Grandpa, don't say wow. Say MashaAllah. So I say, MashaAllah, wow. Because you hit the nail right on the head. Because when I came to Islam, I really wasn't looking for Islam. But my friend that I was trying to convert, he told me, this is not between you and me. This is not between you and your wife. It's not between you and your father or you and your congregation or you and your business people. This is between you and him. And he pointed up like that. He said, go talk to him. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. And I remember he said that way, and I thought, I want to go try to establish some kind of communication with, if there is a God. And I found myself saying things like that. I said, what? Wait a minute. Why am I questioning? And just like you said. And I put my head on the ground, and I couldn't think what to say. I did do that because I saw the Muslim doing it. Put the head on the ground, similar to the same way, kind of northeastern direction. And I couldn't think of anything to say. By the way, I'm never out of words, except on that occasion. I couldn't think what to say. It came in my mind. God, if you're there, guide me. And that's all. Nothing else. I couldn't think of another word after that. And I lifted up my head and I looked and I said, you know what? I'm noticing there is no rainbows or flashing lights or anything going on. It's not about that. But I could see inside of myself, not literally, but I could see that the problem wasn't in the exterior world. It was in me, and I had to work on me. I had to work on changing myself to fit the situation. Wow, that's okay. Enough about me. Habib, I want to talk to you, man. Assalamu alaikum. Did you ever find yourself asking God to guide you?
Oddly enough, yes. This was, keep in mind, I used to do a lot of hitchhiking when I was younger. Hitchhiking from, at that time was Campbellton to Montreal or Toronto. And a lot of times I'd be on the highway during the middle of the night. And it would be just me and the stars. And there's times I find myself praying, God, guide me to the right path.
Whoa,
and this is how I always phrased it.
Man. Okay, by the way, folks, if you haven't thought about it yet, I'm going to put a little something in your mind. Share this. This is the time when you can get some rewards with Almighty Allah. And maybe if you're not a Muslim, maybe He will guide you. The same God of Jesus Christ, peace and blessing be upon Him, that's the same God. So just pray to that God. Like it says in the New Testament, you can find this. Oh yeah, the Lord's Prayer, twice in the New Testament. And it says, pray to who? Pray to God. And ask Him to guide you. Ask Him, it's in there, it's in the English translation, it says, God's will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's all you're asking for. God, get me out of the mess that I'm in and put me on the right track, send me in the right direction, and I'll do my best to hold up my end of the bargain. Does that sound like a good idea, Habib?
That sounds like a good idea. I was reminded of something, and I completely forgot about this, but there was a brother years ago that I used to talk with, even before the brother from Pakistan that I started talking to. And he had sent me some books on Islam.
Aha, books!
Books. And because books. And because I didn't read that well, what I did with those books is I put them in Dorchester Prison for the inmates to use there. And the chaplain was more than glad to receive these books. So even in Dorchester, these books are still being used. So, but I think, by sharing this, and when you're looking at the fact that even with what we're doing here, we're sharing Islam with, a lot of other people. And I would recommend to seek Allah and say, what do you want from me? What do you want? How can I word this? Help me to find what I need to find in my life that I can fulfill it.
Perfect. I love that. Say it again.
Adina Siratu. We got to go back and start again.
Adina Siratu
Mustaqim, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. MashaAllah. Omar, I'm going to give you the chance to, if you don't mind, we only got 30 seconds left. Hold up that book again and let's tell people. Let's show the book. Lean back. Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Dawah, the lost art of the call to Islam. Everybody, check it out. Tell them where they can order it. Go ahead.
they can order it up on Amazon, Kindle, and they can find it just by the title or by the name of the author, Sheikh Khalid Amin. And I'd like to say to Brother Richard Tinkler that I'd like to give him my number so he can call me, and I'm going to give him a complimentary copy. He's close in my back.
All righty, we got that. And guys, everybody stay tuned, stay guided with
Guide Us TV.
It's Yusuf Estes, and I'm looking for something. Actually, I'm looking for someone. Is that someone you? I want Dawah partners, and you can be my Dawah partner right now. It's real easy. Just go to dawahpartners.com, sign up, and join me. There are 3 things that I would like for you to be able to do. Any one of them or all of them. Beautiful. Number 1, you will make dua. So you can be our Dawah partner, even if you don't go to the website, but I hope you do. Number 2, share. Share this message and let other people know about becoming Dawah partners. And number 3, help us financially. Donate on a monthly basis, even if it's small. Allah loves the thing that you do regularly, even if it's small, more than the thing that you do that's really big, but you only do it once. Join me as a Dawah partner. Do it now. Click, 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 click.